Stop doing this. This is gonna be a rant, okay? My therapist says the goal for my next week is to let all of the little things go. So, this is how I'm gonna do it. If there's one thing that I'm really good at, it's getting upset at small things. So, in order to try and improve myself as a video creator on YouTube, I have gone and joined a few groups on Facebook that are support groups, and I've noticed something, and something a little ironic. Let me preface this by saying, my one thing that I've learned in life is you should not listen to anyone who hasn't done what you want to do. So if you want to become a race car driver, don't listen to anybody who hasn't been a race car driver when they give you advice about becoming a race car driver or anything else. And it's the same thing with YouTube. If you want to become the greatest YouTuber of all time, or the top gaming channel, or the best travel channel, or the best food vlog, why would you listen to anyone but the best? Why wouldn't you try and improvise from what they do and try and improve it? I have seen this influx of new, smaller YouTuber channels, including myself. In fact, my last video, or one of my videos, was something similar to this. New people giving advice, basically, which is obviously something you shouldn't listen to. And so I've seen all of these channels come out and, with like 500 subscribers saying, here's how I do this, here's how I do my lighting, all this stuff. And it's really weird and backwards. And it's kind of like, you may think it's a good idea, or I may think it's a good idea and interesting, and sometimes you just want to share what you're doing, and it's fun that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, it's dumb. People shouldn't listen to you. You may bring something new or interesting or unique to the table, but the fact is, you don't really have any credibility. You can't sit at the big boy table yet. It's weird, and it annoys me because it's evolved into such a culture, and there's a lot kind of wrong with it, and I think this may be a bit cynical, but I think a lot of it stems from money. A lot of people look at YouTube as a way to get rich quick or something like that, where they can blow up and all of a sudden make millions of dollars. And there is the possibility that you can make a lot of money with YouTube, but that is because it is so scalable. You can make one video, and if it does get viral and blow up, then it can reach millions and millions of people, and you can monetize that if you play your cards right and know what you're doing. People just think it's this game, and they just copy what everyone else is doing without realizing what goes behind that. Mainly these channels who see maybe their favorite YouTuber at 250,000 subscribers and say, oh, they did a day in the life, let me do a day in the life. And don't get me wrong, those types of videos are fine, and at the end of the day, you should do whatever you want. A lot of the times they're just not that interesting. It all stems from, like I said, money. But there's a little quote that, I'm sure a million people have said it, but there is a lot of money in teaching people how to make money. There's a couple channels that are sort of dedicated to teaching you how to be a good YouTuber. And it's annoying to me and ironic for a couple reasons. First of all, a lot of these channels are smaller. There's one channel that I know of, I don't really want to call anybody out specifically, but there's one channel that I know of for sure that gets relatively low views, has low subscriber count, and he makes videos on how to make YouTube into a career. Don't get me wrong, they're good quality videos, they're helpful, they're informational. It's really weird to see a relatively unpopular, smaller channel giving out advice to all of these people saying, this is how you do YouTube. And there's another guy who's, I follow him on Twitter, and god damn, he is annoying. He preaches all over the board and talking about how to create content and all this stuff, and being a content creator is like his life, It's his livelihood, and he sells courses on teaching people how to do it. He's got like 250,000 subscribers. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot, and he has made it into a successful career, and it's something that's really worked for him. If you want to reach that PewDiePie status, that, 50 to 100 mil subscribers, in my opinion, and granted, check my subscriber account, I don't know what I'm talking about. To me, it makes more sense that you would make content you love, and if you love content revolving around that, that's fine, but whatever. If you are looking to be the best YouTuber, if you follow the monkey see, monkey do method, you would be doing a lot different things than what one person is saying than the other. Because this content creator is saying that makes the videos advising how to become a creator for a living. He talks about you need to be consistent, you have to find your niche, you have to do this, that, and, you know, go look at PewDiePie's videos and tell me he has a niche. And he always talks about how to increase your camera quality, your audio quality. I mean, there are so many big channels with poor quality as far as audio and video and all that. And PewDiePie has even said, you know, he does not necessarily think you should be super polished as a creator. That's kind of interesting, because it's like, if he's saying that, don't you think there's some significance in it? The big thing is, if you are a small creator, you need to stop telling people how to do it, because you don't know. If you haven't gotten yourself to that level, how can you possibly teach people to that level? Don't get me wrong, I don't think they're overpromising the results that they're getting. To me, it seems like they're putting a cap on themselves. How big could you possibly go teaching other people how to be a YouTuber or that kind of thing? It reminds me of the whole art teacher thing and a lot of other things. A lot of the times the teachers never worked in the field and they're just really book smart and don't have that real world experience. Now, there are a lot of people that do. That's what it reminds me of. I read a book called Art and Fear. I'll link it in the description. You can buy it. It's an affiliate link. In that book, they talk about why it is that there's this stigma that the art teacher is unpracticed, and the truth of it is that art teachers were better paid than artists themselves generally, and it was a much safer career path. And in my opinion, that's kind of similar as to what's going on here. A lot of people are wanting to become YouTubers and be a creator. They search for it, and these guys come up and they do really well. But at the same time, it's like they're there teaching about how to be a YouTuber, and it's like, if you go through all their content, it's like, well, all they do is talk about it. It's just sort of a weird paradox. It's like they talk about being a YouTuber and all these things you need to do. For example, you know, there was a guy who talks about making a gaming channel. Where is this teacher's gaming channel? You know, how do they know how to become a great YouTuber? It's really weird. And it gets even worse because, you know, smaller YouTubers are doing it, and it doesn't make any sense. I made a thumbnail video. I did it because it's fun, and I want to show how I make my thumbnails, because I'm really inexperienced with Photoshop, and I believe that most people can get to that level and make, like, decent looking thumbnails really quickly. It's dumb. And there's a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of blogs, and a lot of things on the internet that revolve around that. To me, it's sort of like missing the point, almost. I don't know. And people get into things in different ways, but it's like, it's just such a bizarre thing to me that there's this whole culture around being a creator and not actually making videos and doing stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of it has to do with that. I think, like, it stems from people being, like, really excited that there are some people who are making really good runs out of this and even making careers out of this. It's weird. If you're a small YouTube creator, don't be giving out advice. Myself included, I'm banned. Again, I don't mean to poop on these guys. They can do whatever they want. They can make whatever videos I want. But it's like making videos about making videos. That's like painting a painting on how to paint, right? I'm not sure what the disconnect is, but, you know, a lot of these blogs will do the same thing. They'll be like, yeah, you can make your niche on whatever you want, but I really like teaching people how to make blogs. It's just, again, a weird loop. Stop doing it. Stop. Enough. But do what you want. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you later. I'm going to be making more rant videos, because a lot of little stuff gets on my nerves. I'll see you then.